Released as the pack-in game for the original launch of the TurboGrafx-16, Keith Courage and Alpha Zones would beat out other launch titles like Alien Crush and Blazing Lasers for the honor of probably being the first game that most TG-16 consumers would try out on their brand new console. And at first glance, it might seem like a pretty rough start, but hey, just wait. Yes, alright, now we're talking. So, Keith Courage is a two-faced platform game that switches between the slow-paced action of Keith in his boyish form, where he's stabbing birds and cats and, like little boys often do, and then you have the chance to buy items like bolt bombs and sword upgrades. But eventually you'll ride a magic rainbow and then don the Nova suit. And then the gameplay gets a bit more frantic and the enemies get even more weird. Holy crap, is that a walking gun guy with sunglasses on? Wow. Oh, and I was also taken aback by this Bionic Commando Frankenstein hybrid. So the premise is a bit amusing, as you control Keith, a member of NICE, the Nations of International Citizens for Earth, and your goal is to fight off the invasion of BAD, the Beastly Alien Dudes. Nice versus bad. Wow. And it's also notable that this game was actually based on an anime series called Spirit Hero Wataru, although most connections get lost in translation for the US version. So the game is very colorful, which was one of the TG-16's strong suits in its early days, and there's some pretty weird sprites and animations to check out. But overall, the gameplay is a bit clunky by today's standards, and it's tough for Keith to stand up against other classic pack-in games like Super Mario World or even Altered Beast. The switch of gameplay styles is interesting for a while, and it adds a bit of variety to the game, but I often found myself dreading the moment of losing the Nova suit and then trudging through the tedious overworld stages. But the game's definitely worth checking out for its notoriety as one of the early flagship titles for the TurboGrafx. But if you compare it to some of the other side-scrolling platformer gems on the console, like Bonk's Adventure or Splatterhouse, not even a magic rainbow ride can guide Keith to the upper echelons of 16-bit glory.